Welcome to my home away from home, Howard Middle School, located in downtown Orlando, Florida. My name is Kimberly Duran, and I am the coordinator as well as the elective teacher for the AVID program at Howard. AVID stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, and is a college preparedness program whose mission is to close the achievement gap by preparing all students for college readiness and success in a global society. Over 80% of the student population at Howard live below the poverty line. They live in rough neighborhoods that are filled with gang activity, drugs, and violence. Many of these children see more on their walks to school than some of us will see in a lifetime. Because of their backgrounds, it makes it even harder for them to come to school, stay focused, and concentrate. Because of this, I wanted to find new ways to reach these students and keep them engaged in their studies. My overlying theme or big idea for my challenge-based research became engagement, and my challenge was to infuse technology in the classroom. I chose this problem because I believe that real, memorable learning experiences are created when there is 100% engagement. From the very beginning of my journey at Full Sail, I began learning of amazing Web 2.0 tools that would become the foundation of the success of my CBR, as well as a subtopic for my literature review, along with collaboration and assessment types. Several articles were reviewed that focused on the use of gaming in the classroom, the use of technology as a means to heighten engagement, and collaboration as an additive to successful learning experiences with technology. Upon close analysis of the articles, it was concluded that when the right types of technology are paired with collaboration, engagement levels rose in several recorded situations. These discovered conclusions provided a great foundation for me to do further research and study on the idea, and directly related to several outcomes in my CBR. Schneiderman and Kearsley's engagement theory suggests that students involved in educational experiences while interacting with others have higher level learning experiences. I found this to be true from the very beginning of my CBR. Many students stepped up to be leaders and assist those that were having trouble. This added element of collaboration became a pillar for success. Another piece of literature reviewed during my CBR stated that task-oriented games where users are given a sense of achievement can result in heightened levels of engagement. I definitely saw this firsthand with the use of Me Tycoon and Dimension U during my Phase 2 implementation. My target audience consisted of 46 8th grade AVID students. This year marks my third year teaching this particular group, and so I chose them because I thought they would be ideal to give me honest feedback and genuine responses due to the relationship we already have. I also saw this as a great way to assess engagement levels because I already have experience with them in learning activities. My target audience completed a survey as a pre-assessment tool. My main goal with the survey was to find out how much and what type of experience they had with technology so that I could have an idea of who would need help and in what areas they would need help in, so that I could plan properly for each activity. Inadvertently, this also helped me find out who my tech-savvy kids were. This proved to be clutch because they stepped up to become student leaders and were able to assist me in troubleshooting for those with less skill. This student collaboration became the key to ensuring activities ran smoothly and all students could have an opportunity at an engaging experience. During phase implementation, my students were involved in a variety of activities. Almost all included some type of Web 2.0 tool. In Phase 1, I introduced polleverywhere.com as a means of discussion and brainstorming sessions. Normally quiet topics were brought to life by the fact that the students could anonymously contribute and participate in discussions through texting in their thoughts. They loved the fact that they were able to use their own personal cell phones in class, something that's normally seen to them as against the law. The highlight of my Phase 1 came from the use of Prezi, a presentation program that I learned about from my Month 2 class of Multiple Learning Theory Applications. The beginning of the year in AVID focuses on reviewing procedures of the program's foundational activities such as the tutorial process. Typically, I have the class take notes, review them, and review example videos as well. The kids are usually pretty uninterested, but they stay involved because they know that this means that soon they'll get to participate in actual tutorials, which they have come to see as a real tool for their success and help in their core classes. I thought that maybe the use of Prezi might be just what I needed to bring this information to life, and boy was I right. I've never seen so much excitement during review week. The real joy came from the conversations I heard taking place. It was in-depth discussion of the information. They were so concerned with making sure that they included the best possible information so that their Prezis would actually teach the 10-step tutorial process. Students were actually looking forward to presentation day and even coming before and after school to work extra on their projects. Seeing them so proud and excited to share their work and see each other's work was just overwhelming. They continued to get more and more creative with each assignment as they sharpen their Prezi skills. It truly had me excited to see what Phase 2 would result in. Month 5 of Education Design and Evaluation and Month 9, Gaming Strategies and Motivation, inspired me to integrate a gaming aspect into my Phase 2 implementation and, more importantly, taught me some ways to do it. During Education Design and Evaluation, we created a Google site, and my part focused on a game called Dimension U. Researching the game led me to want to use it as a component for algebra study groups. I could set this collaborative 3D gaming environment to my students' current algebra benchmark and got reports back from their algebra teacher that avid students' algebra test scores and participation in class had increased. To complete our colleges and career unit, I introduced my students to Me Tycoon, which I was made aware of from Gaming Strategies and Motivation. This utilized a gaming aspect in order to research different careers, see the effects of life choices, and the impacts that different college degrees have on life and levels of success. My target audience decided this could be a basis for an entire research project on the comparison of life choices, success rate of full-time versus part-time college enrollment, and the balance of time management. Using gaming in the classroom was new to me, so I kind of anticipated some possible distractors like different sounds, bright lights, and colors, things that normally go along with using video games. My students once again quickly remedied the situation by bringing in headphones and even creating little cardboard partitions to create a cubicle-type setting. Time after time, they continued to amaze me with their solutions to the essential questions and challenges I posed. My role in the CBR was to be a facilitator of sorts. I was there to familiarize them with new techniques, model the basics of any programs being used, and was there to troubleshoot as problems arose. It was kind of difficult for me at first to assume this role and just kind of step back and let my target audience attack the challenge on their own. However, once I saw how quickly they were able to work through each and every situation, I was taken aback and too proud for words. The fact that I merely introduced them to a video game and an idea, and they evolved it into a research project, shows me that they are critically thinking and able to create ways for technology to serve as a means to a meaningful learning experience. Being involved of the creation of knowledge, I strongly feel gives them a sense of ownership, and their level of commitment throughout phase implementation showed definite evidence of heightened engagement. Completing my CBR has definitely paved a path for my future. I fully plan to implement a Phase 3 in the fall. During month 10 with Dr. Rio, I learned about learning management systems and the benefits and capabilities that they have. I truly would love to use an LMS and try the idea of flipping the classroom brought up in a video we were required to watch in the early months of the program. I'm so thankful to our passionate and dedicated instructors who shared so many amazing things with us this past year. Thanks to them, I had a wonderful experience and more so was able to learn things that not only enhanced my class, but traveled outside the walls of my room and has inspired my coworkers to use the things I and my students have shared. Just recently, the Language Arts Department decided to use the idea of making a rap to teach and review literary devices. This was an idea I shared from Dr. Rep's Music Theory and Ed Applications class. The responses they got were amazing, and the gratitude shared to me was priceless. I will continue to share all the knowledge I've gained with fellow educators in hopes of giving them and their students the same engaging experiences I was blessed to have.